University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. We already know the first semi-final of this series will be between Manchester University and Lincoln College, Oxford. Tonight's match is for a place in the second semi-final. Now, Corpus Christi College, Oxford was series champions in 2005 and the present team reached this quarter-final stage with the highest accumulated score from the first two rounds, 625 points, achieved by beating first Durham by 330 to 95 and then racking up 295 to Edinburgh University's measly 85. Let's meet them again.
Hi, I'm Sam Kay. I'm from Frimley in Surrey and I'm studying chemistry.
Hi, I'm Lauren Schwartzman. I'm from Chicago and I'm reading for a DPhil in ancient history.
And their captain.
I'm Gail Trimble. I'm from Walton-on-Thames in Surrey and I'm reading for a DPhil in Latin literature.
Hi, I'm James Marsden. I'm from Farndon in Cheshire and I'm reading ancient and modern history.
The University of Exeter had a slightly tougher time getting to this stage, beating Pembroke College, Oxford by 195 to 150 and then scraping a win in the second round by the narrowest possible margin with a 175-point score over Sheffield's 170. Let's meet the Exeter team.
Hi, I'm Tom Pugh. I'm from Shrewsbury and I'm studying for a Masters in Social and Political Thought.
Hello, my name is Jacob Funnell. I'm from Hastings and I'm reading Conservation Biology and Ecology.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Richard Stern. I'm from Ditchingham in Norfolk and I'm reading Philosophy and Political Economy.
Hello, I'm Katie Limmer. I'm from Crewkerne in Somerset and I'm studying for a PhD in Film Studies.
OK, let's not waste any time reciting the rules, just crack on with it. Fingers on the buzzers, here's your first start of a 10. What office has been described by a recent incumbent as thankless, damaging to my work and a hiding to nothing? During his tenure, he wrote of the scandal flywheel whirring round in reference to the marriage of the Prince of Wales and Camilla Parker Bowles.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Poet Laureate.
Correct, that was Andrew Motion, of course. Your bonuses now, Corpus Christi, are on an artist. He's the supreme harmoniser. That's why he's out of favour today. Kenneth Clark's words of 1969 refer to which artist, born in Urbino in 1483 and noted for the Spasimo and the Mond crucifixion?
Raphael is the only one. Raphael?
Correct. Depicting a manifestation in which Jesus appeared shining before Peter, James and John. Which work by Raphael was uncompleted on his death in 1520?
Transfiguration. Transfiguration.
Correct. I used to draw like Raphael, but it has taken me a whole lifetime to learn to draw like a child. To which Spanish artist is this remark attributed?
Picasso.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. A grasshopper, half a basketball squad, best mate, the Isle of Man flag, a tie in the knockout stage...
Exeter Limmer.
3 legs?
No, you lose 5 points, I'm afraid. A tie in the knockout stage of the UEFA Champions League and Long John Silver form a sequence in which each term compared to its immediate predecessor has one less...
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Leg.
Yep, well done. Right, you get a set of bonuses now, Corpus Christi, on events of 1991. Which newspaper owner, a perpetrator of major financial irregularities, was found dead in the Atlantic Ocean in November 1991?
What's his name?
Robert Maxwell.
Robert Maxwell.
Correct. Which former great flag carrier of proletarian culture died in May 1991? At her trial 10 years earlier, she had described herself as the chairman's dog. I bit whomever he told me to.
It's the crazy woman from the Bottom Line Off game, but I don't know.
I don't know either. We don't know.
There's Jiang Qing, Madame Mao. Following declaration of independence from many of its constituent republics, which state was dissolved in the final months of 1991?
USSR.
Correct. Another starter question now. What two-word term refers to the short plays popular in Parisian cabarets in the 19th century, which emphasised violence, horror and sadism, and was also given to the theatre where many of the plays were...
Corpus Christi Schwartzman.
Grand Guignol?
Grand Guignol is correct, yes. Your bonuses now, Corpus Christi, are on dates in the Christian calendar. Firstly, for 5. Being the name of a quarter day in Scotland, what term is applied to February the 2nd, a Christian festival that commemorates the purification of the Virgin Mary and the presentation of Christ in the temple?
Candlemas.
Correct. What name is given to the 5th Sunday in Lent that follows Mothering Sunday?
Passion Sunday. Passion Sunday.
Correct. What name is given to the season when Christians traditionally meditate on the 4 last things? Death, judgment, heaven and hell.
Oh, the season. It is. We don't know.
It's Advent. 10 points for this. Tropical orchids, bromeliads, mosses and lichens aren't rooted in soil but grow above ground level, usually on other plants, although unlike parasites, they do not obtain food from their hosts. What?
Exeter funnel.
Saprophytes?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. What term from the Greek meaning upon and plant refers to them? One of you may buzz from Corpus Christi. There.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Epiphytes?
Epiphytes is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses are on integral calculus, Corpus Christi. The simplest definite integral definition, and the only one usually encountered in physics and elementary calculus, is attributed to which 19th century German mathematician?
Any 19th century mathematicians? Mind is blank. What?
No idea.
No idea.
It's Bernhard Riemann. The other integral is a Lebesgue integral, that is based on Lebesgue measure. However, on which measure is a Riemann integral based?
Any idea anything sensible to say?
Riemann's measure?
Riemann's measure.
It's a Jordan measure. In The Pirates of Penzance by Gilbert and Sullivan, who claimed to be very good at integral and differential calculus and to know the scientific names of being animalculus?
The Major General.
Indeed. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see the official poster of an Olympic Games. 10 points if you can tell me the host city and the year of the Games it represents.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Rome 1960?
Correct. Your bonuses are 3 more posters representing Olympic Summer Games. In each case, I want you to give me the host city and the year the Games were held there. Firstly, for 5 points.
We'll open to one then. Anything plausible?
No, not Crest, it's Europe. It's somewhere in Europe.
Lillehammer 92.
No, these are Summer Games. The clue was in the months. It's Melbourne, 1956, secondly.
Is that not... Oh, yeah, but it's German... Munich.
Go for it.
Munich 72? Yeah. OK, Munich 1972.
No, it's Amsterdam, 1928. And finally, these?
That's got to be Berlin 36.
Yeah, it has.
Berlin 36.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. Which English cathedral is this? Built on the site of a monastery founded 673 by St Ethelreda, work began on its construction in the late 11th century under Abbot Simeon, and its prominent position in low-lying surroundings earned it the epithet the Ship of the Fens.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Ely.
Ely is right. Your bonuses, Corpus Christi, are on literary terms from German. In each case, give the term that corresponds to the following definition. Firstly, a novel that follows the development of the protagonist from childhood or adolescence into adulthood, often involving a painful search for identity.
Bildungsroman.
Correct. A celebratory publication, commonly a collection of writings published in honour of a scholar or other eminent person.
Festschrift.
Correct. The earliest version of a text or of a composer's original work. It often denotes a version that is lost and has to be reconstructed by textual criticism.
Urtext.
Urtext is right. 10 points for this. Cha no Yu is a traditional Japanese ceremony first performed by priests and warriors in the Middle Ages as a means of concentration. It involves detailed etiquette, the use of special bowls and utensils, and...
Exeter funnel.
Tea?
Tea is right, yes. Cruise away to 0. 15 points for these bonuses. They're on a European monarchy. To which European throne did Baudouin I succeed in 1951 after his father Leopold III was forced to abdicate over the controversy surrounding his conduct during the Second World War?
Belgium.
Correct. What three-word hyphenated name was that of the Belgian royal family in the 19th century and was also used from 1901 to 1917 by the British royal family until George V replaced it with Windsor?
Saxe-Coburg-Gotha.
Correct. In 1885, Leopold II of Belgium became king of which African so-called free state? It became a Belgian colony in 1908 and declared its independence as a democratic republic in 1960.
Congo.
Correct. 10 points for this. In quantum measurement, the concept that any quantum system must be considered in conjunction with the relevant measuring equipment, since the act of measuring is part of the system, is named after which city where Niels Bohr and others developed it?
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Copenhagen.
Correct. Your bonuses, Corpus Christi, are on shape. As defined by Edwin Hubble, galaxies can be elliptical, irregular, lenticular, and what other general shape?
Spiral. Spiral.
Correct. Cancelled owing to lack of funds in 2004. Daniel Libeskind's Spiral was designed as an extension to which London museum?
Any ideas? V&A.
Correct. Which firearm is named after the spiral grooves in its barrel, causing the bullet to spin when fired and so improve its accuracy?
Rifle.
Correct. Another starter question. Born 1542, the Italian Jesuit theologian St. Robert Bellarmine said, "No one can remember more than 7 of anything," to justify why his catechism omitted which feature of the New Testament?
Exeter Funnel.
The Apostles?
No, you want to buzz from Corpus Christi?
Corpus Christi Trimble.
The books.
No, it's the 8 Beatitudes. 10 points for this. Which animal gives its name to the dilemma identified by Schopenhauer in 1851, in which animals which...
Exeter Limmer.
No, oh, sorry. I was going to say cat, but it's not. Cat?
No, you lose 5 points, I'm afraid. In which animals which need to huddle together for warmth may cause injury to each other in doing so. The concept implies that human intimacy results in mutual harm.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog is right. Yes, you were thinking of Schrödinger, not Schopenhauer. So you get a set of bonuses now, Corpus Christi, on hydrocarbons. Originally called the aromatic hydrocarbons, what is the other collective name for the group of hydrocarbons that include benzene and naphthalene?
It's really on the... It's not ketones, is it?
No, it's not keto.
Ketones.
No, it's arenes. The diagrammatical representation of a benzene ring is a circle inside a hexagon. Which phenomenon does the circle represent?
It's a delocalization of electrons.
Delocalization of electrons.
Correct. How many carbon atoms are present in one molecule of naphthalene?
6 plus the other 4, so 10.
10.
10 is right. Another start question. Apart from the origin, at which point does the curve y equals x cubed minus 4x cross the x-axis?
Exeter Stern.
8.
Anyone want to buzz from Corpus Christi? I'll tell you it's x equals plus 2 and x equals minus 2. 10 points for this. He makes the figs our mouths to meet and throws the melons at our feet. Which poet wrote of the fecundity of the Bermudas in those lines?
Exeter Limmer.
John Donne?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points in those lines of the 1650s.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Marvell.
Marvell is right, yes. Your bonuses, Corpus Christi, are on a day of the week. Which day of the week occurs in the title of G.K. Chesterton's novel of 1908 as the code name of a member of an anarchist council?
Thursday.
Correct. Thursday Last, the literary detective who features in the novels Lost in a Good Book and First Among Sequels, was created by which author?
Jasper Ford.
Correct. And for the final 5, Thursday October were the 4 names given to his firstborn son by which noted sailor in 1790, chosen because he wanted his child to have no name that will remind me of England.
John Paul Jones.
John Paul Jones.
No, it's Fletcher Christian. We're going to take our music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of classical music. 10 points if you can identify the composer.
Exeter Stern.
Sasson.
Anyone want to buzz from Corpus Christi?
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Rossini?
No, it's Tchaikovsky. It was from Swan Lake. So, music bonuses in a moment or two. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's another starter question. God is dead, but considering the state of the species man is in, there will perhaps be caves for ages yet in which his shadow will be shown. Which philosopher wrote this?
Exeter Funnel.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche is right, yes. I don't know whether you'd be so cheerful when you hear the music bonuses. 3 more pieces by Tchaikovsky, this time all based on plays by Shakespeare. 5 points in each case if you can give me the title of the play which provided the inspiration. Firstly... Good enough?
Tempest.
Correct, I underestimated you. Secondly, for 5 points.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
No, that's from Hamlet. And finally...
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Another starter question. From the Latin for thread, meanings of what word include a thin strip of wood or metal, a band of gold leaf, the undercut of...
Exeter Stern.
Sliver.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. The undercut of a sirloin of beef, and a verb meaning the action of removing the flesh of a fish from the bones.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Fillet.
Yes. Your bonuses now, Corpus Christi, are on film formats. Referring to the film format created in Canada, which is able to display images of far greater size and resolution than conventional film display systems, IMAX is an abbreviation of which 2 words?
Image maximisation.
It's image maximum. I think I'll have to accept that. What format was introduced by Eastman Kodak in 1923 as an inexpensive amateur alternative to conventional 35mm film? Award-winning films shot using it include Leaving Las Vegas and The March of the Penguins.
Cine film is the only thing I can think of. Is that, does it even count?
Pantechnical?
Nominate Marsden.
Pantechnical?
You mean it's got wheels? No, it's a 16mm. And finally, which film starring Richard Burton about the last days of Christ was, in 1953, the first to be released in the widescreen CinemaScope format?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Should we try that? Greatest story ever told.
No, it's The Robe. Another starter question. Mentioned by the Roman historian Tacitus in an ethnographical work, the Suebi, Chatti and Cherusci were among ancient peoples inhabiting the territory of which modern...
Corpus Christi Marsden.
Germany.
Germany is correct. Your bonuses, Corpus Christi, are on astronomy. What phenomenon occurred on the morning of the 20th to the 21st of February 2008 and won't recur until December 2010, an unusually long gap of almost 3 years?
Of the moon, It's of the sun. Eclipse of the sun.
No, it's a total eclipse of the moon. During a total lunar eclipse, the moon usually appears reddish. What is the cause of the change of colour?
It's dust, isn't it? It's dust. Yeah, dust.
It's specifically sunlight that's come through the Earth's atmosphere, which is full of dust and pollution. Well, I'll accept that. From the Latin meaning almost and shadow, what term means the outer part of the conical shadow cast by a celestial body?
Penumbra.
Penumbra.
Right, 10 points for this. The elements with the atomic numbers 79, 47 and 82 are used to determine the suitability of a young woman's suitors in which play by...
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Merchant of Venice.
Indeed, they're the gold, silver and lead caskets. Your bonuses, Corpus Christi, are on symbols in India. A convert to Buddhism following his conquest of the Kalinga region, which king of the 3rd century BCE gives his name to the chakra or wheel at the centre of India's national flag?
Oh, I don't know. Nominate Marston.
Amos?
No, it's Ashoka. Secondly, for 5 points, the Sudarshana chakra, a spinning disc, along with a conch, a mace and a lotus, are attributes of which Hindu deity?
Give me a sensible name. Ganesha.
No, it's Vishnu. The chakra, a quoit-like weapon, forms part of the kanda, a symbol of which Indian religion?
Sikhism.
Sikhism is right. We're going to take our second picture round at this point. Your picture starter is a photograph of a politician holding a general election manifesto. 10 points if you can identify him and the year of the election.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Ted Heath, 1970.
Correct. Following Edward Heath, the Conservative Party leader in 1970, your bonuses are 3 more photos of party leaders clutching their general election manifestos. In each case, I want you to name the leader and the year they stood for election on that manifesto. Firstly...
It's got to be Major 92, unless it's 97. John Major, 97.
Correct. Secondly, for 5, the figure on the right here.
Oh, yeah. So that's...
And the year.
92.
Kinnock wasn't leader in 82.
No, 92, I think. Neil Kinnock, 92.
That was 1987. Bad luck, it wasn't Neil Kinnock, though. Finally...
Charles Kennedy, 2005.
Got to be either 105.
I think it's 5. Charles Kennedy, 2005.
Correct. Another starter question. The name of which common foodstuff is used in compound words meaning a fruit with a white fibrous pulp, a region that supplies cereals to another, and the main wage earner in a...
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Bread.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on literary technique, Corpus Christi. What 3-word Latin phrase denotes a literary technique in which narrative starts at the middle of the story rather than at the beginning, as, for example, in Homer's Odyssey?
In medias res.
Correct. Which epic poem of the 1st century BC opens in medias res, with the protagonist's fleet sailing from Troy in the direction of Italy?
The Aeneid.
Correct. You're laughing because it's too easy.
No,
Which work of 1660... Very good. Which work of 1667 starts in medias res after Satan and his followers have been defeated and cast into hell by the deity?
Paradise Lost.
Indeed. Another starter question. So called because it included a pledge to uphold Christian principles. What 2-word term denotes the concerted action of Austria, Prussia and Russia from 1815, particularly in pursuit of reactionary...
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Sacred Alliance.
No. You can lose 5 points. In pursuit of reactionary and autocratic goals. You may not confer one of you, may buzz Exeter. It's the Holy Alliance. Another starter question. The name of which hyena-like creature is the next entry in the Oxford English Dictionary after aardvark? Its name comes from the Dutch words for earth and a member of the dog family famed for hunting in packs.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Aardwolf.
Correct. Your bonuses, Corpus Christi, are on an English village. The site of a medieval castle, the village of Fotheringhay, is situated on the River Nene, about 12 miles from Peterborough. In which English county?
Cambridgeshire.
I think so.
Cambridgeshire.
No, it's Northamptonshire. The final ruler of his dynasty, which royal figure was born at Fotheringhay in 1452?
You're good at this kind of thing. Richard III.
It's either Henry VI or Richard III. Richard III.
Richard III.
Well done. Which exiled royal figure was executed at Fotheringhay Castle in 1587 on the orders of Queen Elizabeth I?
Mary Queen of Scots.
Mary Queen of Scots. is right, and 3 minutes to go. Another starter question. Founded as a gold rush town in 1858 and now the reference point for the Mountain Time Zone, which American state capital has an official...
Exeter Pew.
Utah.
Now, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. American state capital has an official elevation of 5,280 feet above sea level and so is known as the Mile High City.
Corpus Christi Schwartzman.
Denver.
Denver, Colorado is correct. Here are your bonuses. They're on human biology. For each part of the following body parts, I want you to tell me the organ in which it is found. Firstly, for 5 points, Reissner's membrane.
Yeah, it is. Liver.
No, it's inside the cochlea of the inner ear. Secondly, Purkinje tissue or fibres.
Brain, I think.
Brain.
No, it's the heart. You're thinking of Purkinje cells or neurons that are in the cerebellum. And finally, Meissner's corpuscles.
Anything at all.
Let's have it.
Heart.
It's skin. 2 minutes to go. Another starter question. From the Italian for in church style, what two-word expression denotes choral singing without...
Corpus Christi Trimble.
A cappella.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on short words. For each of the following, I'll give you the definition of a two-letter word, and that two-letter word will also be the official postal abbreviation of a US state. I want you to give me the name of the state. First for 5 points, an interjection expressing surprise, pain or entreaty.
Ohio.
Correct. Second, a Freudian concept indicating the inherited instinctive impulses of the individual as part of the unconscious.
Idaho.
Correct. And finally, a two-syllable casual expression of affirmation, agreement or acquiescence.
Oklahoma.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. Answer as soon as you buzz. 2 plots of land have areas, respectively, of 10 metres square and 10 square metres. What is the difference in area between the two?
Corpus Christi Trimble.
90 square metres.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on Dostoevsky. There's no need to buzz. I'm afraid it's too late. It's already gone to Corpus Christi. Your bonuses are on Dostoevsky. Prince Mishkin is the hero of a novel by Dostoevsky, published in 1869. How is he known in the book's title?
The Idiot.
Correct. Which novel by Dostoevsky centres around the siblings Dmitri, Ivan and Alyosha and the impact on their lives of the murder of their father?
Yeah, the brothers Karamazov.
Correct. Rodion Raskolnikov is the protagonist of which novel by Dostoevsky? And at the gong, Exeter have 15, but Corpus Christi College, Oxford, have 350. I'm rather at a loss for words, because anything I say is going to seem beastly, and it shouldn't be, because actually going out in the quarterfinals is absolutely fine. And if you get any stick about it back at Exeter University, I'd arrange to be out of the bar the night this goes out. Anyway, don't worry about it. It's you played the game and you were thrashed by a very, very strong team. Corpus Christi, that is a fantastic score, another fantastic score. We should look forward to seeing you in the semi-finals next time. I hope you can join us for the last of the quarterfinals next time. But until then, it's goodbye from Exeter University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Corpus Christi College, Oxford.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
In half an hour, an experiment to discover why thin people don't seem to get fat in Horizon. Over on BBC 4 now, writers do battle in the book quiz with Kirsty Walk. Next, though, on BBC 2, MasterChef.